What follows below is indeed a true event, verifiable by multiple resources. On July 2nd, 1951, and about 8 a.m. in St. Petersburg, Florida, Miss Reeser's landlady came by to give Miss Mary Reeser a telegram and some coffee. When she found that the metal doorknob was hot to touch, after enlisting the help of some of the carpenters working nearby, she eventually forced the door open. Inside, they found a cremated remains of Mrs. Reeser. Most of her body was in ashes, only surviving parts of her being her backbone and her left foot, still with a slipper on it. Her skull was also found, shrunken to the size of a teacup, with all facial features removed. After calling the police, an investigation was launched by the local police chief J.R. Richard. The investigation found out that although Reeser's body had been totally cremated, the rest of the room was largely unaffected. Only a few appliances had been melted and made soft due to the heat. A socket who also melted, stopping the clock at 2:26 a.m. The police were baffled that the fire caused so much damage to Miss Reeser. The temperatures were estimated about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, could leave the rest of the house, indeed much of the room, intact. During the investigation, Richard sent the FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover to take several items from this crime scene, including glass fragments found in the ashes, small charred pieces of teeth, some carpet, and the slipper in response. Hoover sent a team of FBI investigators and physically anthropologist Wilton Krogman, as well as notifying President Harry S. Truman. After weeks of investigation, the FBI declared that Reeser had died due to the wick effect, known as the user of sleeping pills. They had concluded that she had fallen asleep while smoking and set the fire to her nightgown. She had reasoned that the body has enough fat and other flammable substances for the body to be set alight, like a candle. This would therefore allow large amounts of destruction. However, both Richard and Krogman disagreed on the conclusion made by the FBI. Krogman remarked that I can't find it hard to believe what a human body once ignited will literally consume itself, burn itself out as a candle wick, guttering the last residual pool of melted wax. Just what just happened to the night of July 1st in 1951 in St. Petersburg, Florida? We may never know, although this case still haunts me. And on the shrunken skull wrote, "The head is not left completely in the ordinary burning cases. Certainly it does not shrivel or systematically reduce to a smaller size. In presence of heat significant to destroy soft tissues, the skull would literally explode in many pieces. I have never known any exception to this rule. After finally concluding that I cannot conceive of such complete cremations without any more burning of the apartment itself. In fact, the apartment and everything in it should have been consumed. I regard it as the most amazing thing I have ever seen. As I review it, the short hairs on the neck bristle with vague fear. I live in the Middle Ages, and I'd mutter something about black magic." Krogman then put forward the idea of Reeser and was murdered and crematorium equipment, but no explanation for melted appliances. We may never know who or what caused Mary Reeser to ignite her armchair on July 2nd, 1951 at 2:26 a.m. Whatever you believe in the paranormal or spontaneous human combustion, the cases will tell us this. Perhaps the truth can be stranger than fiction.